Hello everyone and welcome back into my kitchen. Come on, let's make this recipe. Hi guys, so today we're going to make a very simple recipe. I saw these at my store and I think this is probably the first time I've seen these. They're green tomatoes and I figured today we're going to make fried green tomatoes. So I have 2 tomatoes here. I have about 3/4 of a cup of buttermilk. And just so you know, if you don't have buttermilk, you don't need to buy it. You could just get some milk and add about a teaspoon of white vinegar and it'll be buttermilk, cheap and easily accessible to you. I'm going to use some all-purpose seasoning. You can use some of your choice. Now, this is a little bit of a twist. This is going to be essentially our breading. I have here about a half of a cup of all-purpose flour and about the same, maybe a little bit more of, I'm using these crispy onions, you know, the type that they use at Thanksgiving for the green bean casserole. I just decided I wanted to try this instead of panko breadcrumbs. So we're going to see how this turns out. It can't be bad. It'll be just more flavor. So that's what I'm going to do. This, I'm going to just sprinkle a little bit of this paprika, maybe a half of a teaspoon. So that's going to be my breading. So now what we're going to do is cut our tomatoes, and I'll show you the size that we want. You don't want it too thick, but you also do not want it to be too thin. So I would say about this size here is good. And I'm going to put it here on this paper towel. And let me cut the rest of this. I'll show you what I'm going to do. What I want to do is try to get some liquid out of this so that we don't end up with a soggy finished product. So I'm going to put these here and I'm just going to, you can use salt, but I'm going to just put some all-purpose seasoning. There's salt in here, obviously. And let that sit for about 10 minutes, and then after that we'll blot it dry, okay? I'll see you in 10 minutes. So it's been 10 minutes, and if you take a look at these, you'll see how juicy they look. So the fluid has come out of it, which is really what we wanted. So I'm going to pat these dry, and then we will move on to the next step. So while we were on break, I preheated my air fryer. We're using the air fryer today. Preheated my air fryer. I'm gonna say 375. I was gonna go 400, but I changed my mind. So here is the stuff I showed you before with the paprika. So you're just gonna give this a mix. And okay, we have our buttermilk here. So very simply, I'm going to dunk them in here, take them out, and go over here and just press this coating on it like so. See how easy that is? Now you want to dust it off. You don't want it to be all caked on. So you want to pat them and take off as much as you can. I'm going to set this aside here and go on to the rest of them, and then I'll come back and we'll put them in the air fryer. Okay? Guys, so I got these breaded, and my spritzer I don't have, so I just kind of drizzle some oil on it, but you can look at it. If you see any white patches, just drizzle some more on it, okay? So it's gonna go in there at 375. I'm gonna do 7 minutes first and see how that looks, and if it's brown enough, I'll flip it over. So I'll show you what that looks like when we get there. Alright guys, so while I have my stuff in the air fryer, I'm just gonna make a little dipping sauce. Very simple. I have here about 1/3 of a cup of mayo. I'm gonna put a little squirt of mustard, maybe about a half a teaspoon or so, and use your favorite hot sauce. I'm going to use this Matuks. It's from Trinidad and Tobago. I'm going to say about 3/4 teaspoon, not much. If your folks can't handle spice, you need to go a little lighter on your spice. So That's what we're going to be dipping our tomatoes in. They're in the air fryer now, and I will show you what they look like when they're done. Give it a taste, and you can just adjust whatever you like to your family's taste. Alright guys, so this is the final product. Here we have the sauce that we made and our fried green tomatoes in the air fryer. Now I wish they had come out a little more crisp, but they didn't. If you wanted to, you can also try this like frying it like regular. It's not as crispy as I'd like it to be, but still very delicious. And if you're wanting to know what the red things are, these Peruvian, what is it called? Red Peruvian pearl peppers. They're sort of sweet, not very spicy, and I feel like they'll go really nicely with this. My friend Savvy suggested it, and I think she's spot on. So guys, thank you so much for coming back and seeing what I'm making. Like I said, I wish these were a little more crisp, but you can try them on top of the stove and fry them. But the flavor is going to be fantastic either way. So I will see you next time when I promise to make another delicious recipe. Bye.